Okay, so just so you know, all of our classes are recorded. They will be on YouTube, and for 111s, I will give you all of those links and stuff in your course shell. People will be coming in as we get going and get started. So this class scheduled time for 111 and for all of these courses, 111, 117, 118, and 119, all happen at the same time, 7:30 to 10:45. Really, once today gets going, you can come in and go as you please. We've said we are utilizing the flex or work at your own pace to the best of our abilities. Every time that we do a recording in class, I will then put it up on YouTube so that you can watch it. So that means if you come in late.
So is Ed supposed to do that too? Because I won't be in his classes. So.
He will do that, but he's going to be probably a day late because it would be the same day and the class is happening later. He would have had to have started the class yesterday in order for you to have the video for today. See what I'm saying? 104 is completely driven on your own though, so there isn't any instruction. Same thing for 119. There's no classroom time. So it's the capstone project, and that's really it. So that's the end of it. So okay. Here's all of my contact information. Your required book is the CNC Fundamentals book. Penny's got it. Can you show it to the group? Yep. You should have a book that looks like that. Yep. If you have the older version of the book, it's usable, but the new one's got a ton more stuff in it, and the more next gen controls that we have, we've kind of shifted a lot of our book categories to the next gen control. So you might want to get it if you aren't in a general machining class and you want to get the general machining book, which is this book. You're welcome to. You don't have to though, and I have some of these extras. So like you're only taking this class, so you probably don't want to buy another one. You can just use one of the ones that we have. But if you're taking the other classes, then you might as well just get it and be done with it. You need a calculator. We provide calculators in your toolboxes. For the two new ones this morning, I'll have new boxes for you guys to check in today. I've got 4 or 5 more box contents on the way here. You need the uniform shirt, and then you need the USB flash drive. Do you have your shirt?
I have to go there and get it. I just got done talking to the financial aid yesterday. Should be all set up now.
Okay. Good to go. Here are some things if you can't sleep at night, just so that you can read all those things. Methods of instruction. Here's how assignments go. If I give an assignment that I give an actual due date, needs to be done on or before that date. That's not how these classes work. Unless something specific happens outside of the normal coursework where we just jump into something different. Really after this week, everything will be open. You can work at your own pace throughout all of it. And when I say work at your own pace, I really mean you can work ahead as much as you want. Some of us saw first 8 weeks, letting things slack builds a very stressful last week, right? Yeah. So, and it just means that you end up not working to your best of your ability. So you want to make sure you're doing that. Every one of our courses has an institutional learning outcomes. It's one of the things that we use to just monitor how well you're doing throughout the course. This is an 8-week class. You need to plan accordingly. 16-week classes. You need about 2 hours worth of work at home to do or outside of here. In an 8-week class, you just double that, so you're expected to have about 4 hours. Most of what we do is going to be taken care of in class, and you're welcome to be here throughout the day as much as you want. You can be here really by 7, and then you can be here until 8 o'clock at night. Here's a breakdown of how the course works. 50% of what you do is based upon projects. Projects can be anything from a simple tapped hole widget to, something really complex. 20% is based upon your certification, whether that's NIMS, whether that's NC3, whatever it might happen to be. And then 30% is based upon classwork, homework, general shop and lab etiquette, test exams, quizzes, all that other stuff. Cleaning up the grinder when you're done with it, those kinds of things like that. That's 30% of your grade. So if you are remaking projects beyond the 2 pieces of stock that I have, that's where you're going to start to see points deductions. So I want you to make, so let's just say we're working on a project here and it's 1 by 2 by 2 3/4. I want you to cut 2 pieces. My expectation is that you're probably going to scrap your first piece. Or for you guys, 1 by 2 by 6, it's made so that you can flip it over. So you have an automatic 2 tries on everything. You're not going to see points deductions until we start to, when you're on your 9th one, and then you're just playing Russian roulette, trying to get a good part out, that's when I'm going to start. I'm just kind of mentally taking note of the fact that Selby's made 14 of these, got them stacked up, and look like Lego blocks stacked up everywhere. What's that?
Or breaking up stuff.
Exactly. Or like we've just made a whole bunch of punch, like we got a punch factory going. Yeah, like first 8 weeks. Yeah. So, and then there will be a points deduction of 10% on anything that's late. And again, all assignments are open, and there really late isn't really an option for us unless I come in and say, this particular thing needs to be done by this time. That's the only time that I'm saying this is outside of our normal.
You usually put an announcement in NIMS too.
Absolutely. So if I'm going to have, or in Canvas, if I've got something that I say, we've got to have this particular thing done by this time, I'm going to give you ample information. Grades are A is 90% to 100%, B is 89 to 80, C is 79 to 70, 69 to 60. Anything below 60 is a failure. You have to have a 70%. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Who are you?
I'm Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Altis, ALTIS.
Oh, okay. Have a seat.
Awesome.
Our course work is not laid out in a way so that you know every single thing that you're doing every single day, because you can work kind of at your own pace, especially once we get going. So like for 111s, I want you to stay with me for the first couple of weeks. After that, then if you feel like you can start to move on your own, then you can. If you are a 117, 18, or 19, then or a 104, then you're welcome to move at your own pace throughout the entire time. Okay, so that is the end of that one. So let's take just a minute and we will look at, we'll go over some safety stuff, because I don't trust you guys.
Easy 10 points, I'll tell you that.
All of your course shells will kind of start out looking something similar to this. I've got a getting started module in there, or something that says getting started. It's got a copy of the big book with the update of revision F. So just in case you don't have the book with you, like just say you leave it in your toolbox or something and you're working on something at home, and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot my book. I've got it as a PDF on here for you so that you're not kind of out, in a pickle. I also have the 29th edition Machinery's Handbook already on there in case you're on a quiz. If you're on a quiz that asks for Machinery Handbook questions, it's typically going to be out of this book rather than the book that's in your box. The book that's in your box is a newer version. This one is it's old enough that it's the free version. On a quiz, I'll tell you, from the 29th edition version. Late.
He was here yesterday, though, on time.
He was here yesterday on time. That's right. All right. I'm gonna sneeze for a second. All right. So we just went through the syllabus as far as all we've got through. we're gonna go through these questions real quick. You'll need to complete this on your own, but this is just general shop safety questions before anybody moves out. And, if you want to do this as we do it, you can do it. I don't really care. We will have some more specific, shop safety questions based upon the pieces of equipment that you're working on. So compressed air may cause metal chips to fly, injure skin, injure ears, cause all of the above. All the above. Grinder operations require that side shield safety glasses must be worn and dust controlled. Dust be controlled, plain safety glasses be worn and dust controlled. Side shield safety glasses be worn. Side shield safety glasses be worn and dust controlled. Third one, plain safety glasses be worn, and why wouldn't you want the side shields? Yeah, so if you wear glasses, and especially if they're the
Just the dust, I guess, on the side.
yeah, to just try to keep some of that stuff from coming in. So if you wear glasses and you want side shields, I have side shields if you want to use them, just to help control that. If you don't wear, if your glasses aren't like ones that you need to see all the time, then like the safety glasses like Eric has on top of his head are really the best ones, just because they kind of mold around your face a little bit better. All right, proper dress includes any shoes, short hair and short sleeves, solid shoes and a shop coat, short hair and short sleeves, solid shoes, shop apron, or short sleeve shop coat. Say that 5 times fast. Short or secured hair and a short sleeve shirt. I want to take a stab at it. Okay. What we're looking at is I don't want you to be in here with your long hair hanging down and your hoodie strings hanging into a machine. For almost all of us, we're in the CNC world for this second 8 weeks. Everything is behind sliding doors, which makes life a lot easier, but it doesn't mean that everything's safe, because that's really just plastic is all that it is. And man, it can really, you can have something fly through that door pretty fast, faster than you think. A couple of our CNC lathes, especially our 2-axis machines, you can open the doors as they run. I don't want you to get into a habit of doing that. And even if you do, you need to have safety glasses on. You need to have those proper things in place. Loose clothing is just a general bad safety factor no matter what. Just even as you walk through the shop, if you've got really super long loose clothes, like something like this, it's easy to get a pocket snagged on something. And so say, so you're walking through the shop, you're doing your thing, John's over there being super dangerous, whatever, trying to do, exactly, normal stuff. And so you might not be doing anything wrong, but he might be doing something that's dangerous that causes you to get your pocket snagged. Exactly. Whatever might happen to be. Okay. Question 4. To protect your hands, keep them out of danger by thinking about safety. Wear gloves. Clean chips with a brush instead of hands, both A and C. Yeah, gloves, even though they sound like they're your friend, they're really kind of your enemy in the shop. Because they have this tendency to grab a hold of the stuff, pull your hand in with it. You're better to lose a finger than a hand, you're better to only be able to count to 9 than to just 5. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention with that kind of stuff. Now, if you're getting chips out of the machine, like a lot of our vertical mills and some of our CNC, our lathes, or 2-axis lathes, they don't have chip conveyors on them or any kind of auger. So you do kind of have to brush them or push them down. That is a hand movement, and that's where gloves come into play. You have gloves in your toolboxes, so those are totally fine. If you're on the drill press and you've got the drill press running and you've got stringy chips on it, and you're like, man, I don't want to stop the spindle, I'm gonna put on my glove, grab the chips and pull them off. That's probably going to be a safety video right there, where somebody's hand's getting pulled into it. And if you've seen any of that man versus whatever on YouTube, like the people always lose, right? So I've seen guys standing in front of a lathe with loose clothing on. Next thing you know, they're tied up in the machine and they are not wearing any clothing. That's how you know you lost. Okay, when you end up naked at the machine, that's a huge problem. And hopefully that's all that happens, and you're just embarrassed and bruised up. But that isn't all that happens oftentimes. All right. Grinding dust can be controlled by using coolant, can be hazardous, can be extremely fine medical particles, or all of the above. Yeah. So you want to watch, man. Breathing in that dust is not good for you. They can be pushed down by some of the coolants, but the coolants also produce their own problems too. So safety is something that pertains to only machine tool operations. Really only important to beginners. I think most of us think that. An attitude that should be considered in everything to do. Something that pertains to only being inside the machine shop. So it's for everything, right? You want to be safe about everything. You know, it's like don't mow the grass barefoot. You know, it's just really in all those kinds of things. All right. The right way or position to lift: keep your back straight, knees bent, squat down, lean over the load, and lift slightly to see how heavy it is. Size up the load, determine if it's within your lifting capacity. Weigh the load and see if it's over 57 pounds. Yeah, I was gonna go with 57 pounds. All right, you're gonna do maintenance on a permanently wired machine tool. You should do what first? Call the electrician to disconnect the machine wiring. Have another person stand by the machine while you work. Turn the machine switch off. Switch off the breaker to the machine. Lock out, tag out. Yep. We've pushed a lot of lockout, tag out this year, so you want to make sure that you're following with those things. And there's a lot of gray area in
I'll tell you that lockout tagout key, I put it in that box with all the other keys.
Okay, good.
'Cause I didn't want to put it back in the lockout box because
Yeah, it's not really.
There's a million keys.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, there's a lot of gray area when it comes to lockout, tagout. We've got a video of some kids working on that lathe, and somebody commented on one of the videos on on the CTC's webpage, and they said, hey, you don't have that lockout and tagged out properly. And so we went back and reviewed the video, and we did. But what they thought was that there should be 2 locks on the hasp because there was 2 people standing there. But one person was the instructor, not working on the machine at all. So it's just the one person who's using it. But even in somebody watching the video, you start to get some gray areas where people start to think different things. I mean, it's no different than with safety glasses. I mean, it's I talked to Austin Martin the other day, and I said, hey, you need to have your safety glasses on all the time. And he's like, I've got a pretty solid safety squint. And I was like, I appreciate that. I get it. But that's just not going to work here, you know. So once you enter into the shop, you need to have safety glasses on all the time. All right, let's skip down through a couple of them here. Never wear loose clothing. We've already looked at that. Never wear jewelry that dangling objects. That's true or false. You don't want to find yourself with loose things. Strings are by far probably one of our most important things. If you're a married person and want to wear a wedding ring, you need to switch to one of those silicone ones if you're going to be out in the shop. Some of you, there's no chance you're ever getting married, so it's not a problem. Yeah.
Get married, divorced, it's all good.
Yeah, it's probably not happening again. So wear one of those, have something like that. If you've got a necklace that's pretty tight, that's okay. If you're so close to the machine that your choker necklace is got you, you're probably already in it by that point. So I don't know that that's what I would say. But I think even watches you should really pay attention to about how.
Take mine off every day.
Yeah. Watches, rings, bracelets. I even noticed, it's really funny. I was watching my kid the other day at the volleyball conference competition thing, and it was like all day borathon. And I was like, why are all these girls, why do they all have tape on their ears? And I mean, it took me an hour and a half to figure it out, man. And I didn't want to ask because I was like, everybody else there knows what they're doing and I don't. And I'm just lucky to show up at the right place. And what they were doing was these girls have like loop earrings. And so they put tape over their ears so that they don't get snagged on something. See, even there, they've said, I know this is a potential danger. I want to pull it back so it's not in the way. And so, yeah, now I'm waiting for some other dad who doesn't know what they're doing to go, why are they tape? I'm like, idiot. Don't you know? That's actually probably not why they do it. All right. So safety is a suggestion. Nope. SDS is not relevant to the school setting. So SDS is your safety data sheets. They used to be called MSDS.
Mine said MSDS on my quiz.
What's that?
Mine said MSDS.
Yeah, and they're interchangeable. Like oftentimes, even on the Haas operator one, it says, and it just came out last year. It says MSDS. So they're very much interchangeable. And so even SDS is the appropriate term. MSDS is still very much used. So we have an SDS that is on. So it's on the other side of the horizontal, and it is on the flammable cabinet. And you can, from anything that we have in here, Cool Tool WD-40. Aluminum 6160, our brass, everything that we have. If it's a chemical of any sorts, it's got all of the compounds and components that are part of it. And so if you're super allergic to something, and maybe if you don't even know what it is, but every time you touch brass, you break out, that's a great place to start to look. So you can see what everything is involved in brass, and so you can start to see what's going on there. All right, so you can complete that if you didn't do it now, you can complete it on your own later.
5 seconds.
I'm going to go through the 118s real quick. And so I've really only made module 1 available for you guys. I'm here, or we're here this week. And then next week, I'm gone all week. So I'm going to give, if you're a 111, I've got classwork for you to do, or it's really video-driven stuff that we'll work on all that week. For everybody else, I'll have program work for you guys to do outside of class. You're welcome to come into class and work. So if you have stuff that you want to work on, so if you're a 117, 18, or 19, or a 104, you're welcome to come in and work because Parker's here and the shop is open for you. Okay, just remember, he's got his own class that he's working on. 111s, I'll have plenty of stuff for you guys to do outside of class. If you don't have a computer or you just want to get away from, the house because you can't get stuff done there, you're welcome to come in here, use this class, use our computers, sit wherever you want, do whatever you want. I don't care if you're working on that Haas stuff. I don't care if you work together on it. It's fine. It's not top secret stuff. So you're welcome to do those things. So let's look at 118. 118, this is what you can see up until now. You've got a big book, PDF. You've got the machinery handbook. And then let's see if we can get this thing to pop up. You're going to do the pocketing program. You're going to create a CNC program using pocketing cycles from the CNC book. So you're going to use that CNC fundamentals book. There are 2 styles of pocketing programs. One's a round pocket, one's a rectangle or square pocket. Your stock is 1x2 by 6 inch long, 6160 aluminum. Your tooling, your only tool for that, is a 1/2 inch 5-flute carbide end mill. Okay, so remember, make sure that you pay attention to that. That's one of our Kennametals. It's carbide. It is 5-flute. It needs to spin really fast. And it'll not be a Core 5. It'll be one of the TEs. So it can definitely work down better than the Core 5s. But pay attention to your step down on that. After we get done with that, we'll create a CMM program either on the arms, or if I have that one recalibrated by then, we'll check those 2 pockets using the CMM. Here is your program. We'll see how fast Canvas is working today. If you've already been in metrology, then this print already looks familiar to you. So super open on tolerances. You're going to make pockets that are 375 deep. Round pocket is 1 3/4. Rectangle pocket is 1 1/4 by 2 1/4. 3/8 from both edges. That means that X0, Y0 is probably up here, or should be. And only thing you'll need to do is use that one tool, set your work offset, set your tool length, and you can use the probe or the presetter, I don't care. And then I would just, the only thing I would really be concerned about, don't try to take that in one pass, okay, on your step down. Those end mills are not meant really to do plunge style cuts. Now, I guess maybe I can back up. If you're going to go in and plunge a hole in the middle of it and then start working your way out at 375, then you can do that. Okay. If you're going to go in and start like just digging down, those end mills really aren't that good for that. You'd be better to use a 2-flute end mill, taking much smaller cuts. Now, if you want to go through and do like a G83 pectoral cycle right through the middle of it, down to 3/8 deep, and then start working it out, totally fine. That would be great to do. Turn the knob, man. Just turn the knob. Yeah, good job.
That's what I did.
I don't think you did. Yeah, you need to go back and do it again. Okay, tolerance-wise, you've got a ton of tolerance. You got 10 thousandths tolerance. 3/8 deep pocket. This is an 1 thick material. So, like I said before, if you jack it up, then all you got to do is flip it over and do it again. Okay, so those are your 2 tries. Okay, so those are really that's it for 118s. If you guys are 118s and you want to go out and get started, you can. John, you're welcome to go ahead and get started on your 104 stuff as well.
Material just in the cabinets.
What's that?
Material just in the cabinets.
Material is in the cabinets. They're probably locked. I'll go. If everybody else will stay here, unless you're a 118. So 111s, 117, 111, 118, right? 118, you're a 111.
It says one, wait, hold on.
It says it should. Just hand it to me. That's fine.
118 is the programming class, right?
Yeah, 111. Yeah. So I think Jacob is the only one who's a 117 intro to programming. So you've already had intro to programming, right, Chance? I think you're the only one who's intro to programming. And you're intro to programming?
I should be intro to machining.
You're intro to CNC, yes. Okay, so let's just clarify here. If you're a 118, you are Chance, William, and Eden. Okay, so that's intermediate CNC. I will go unlock the cabinets for you guys. Everybody else stay here. If you were here first 8 weeks and have projects to pick up, then you can pick up your project.
Actually, I don't think that's mine.
You didn't pick up yours, Chance?
Is that, oh, that's Stevens then, huh? Probably. You already got your hammer? Or got your hammer up?
Yeah.
Which one of these is yours?
Okay, mine's in my toolbox.
This one's mine.
Thought it was gonna be.
No, this one's definitely mine.
How many 111s do we have now? 111.
This one's definitely mine.
111. You 111? Oh my lord.
I got an 80 something. Dude, no idea. I just shit.
It's on a.
How'd your lights, or how'd your that like 6? How'd your
I live all the way in Lincoln, so I had to drive like.
Those aren't half bad for rushing them.
Yeah, let me see how
Oh my god.
You were here
Ed for Did he actually?
Yeah, he tried
Dude, my 5 degree did that too.
He fucking maxed out the speed and
Dude, no freaking way.
Justin's a good teacher.
That's hilarious.
faster. So,
Great.
some of them are.
tell you about school.
Hey, every side is ground.
Joke around all the time, make us feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
You didn't chuck the part out of the.
man, you're real behind now. You're real behind.
We made it happen, Ken.
It's like while you're there, get a McDonald's application.
I got
He's already told me nobody turns their homework in. I'm like, well, I think
I turn all my
I try my best. Try my
Or I
best.
did it for you.
Yeah. Dude, that homework assignment I had, the ones that I said I was gonna do, I did not do them. I said I was like, yeah, it's an extra couple percent. Nah, whatever.
I think I got an 80% of that.
Oh man, I barely passed it.
Seriously,
man.
that's some crap. 'Cause
Yeah, text you, my boy. You ain't gonna reply back? Yeah, I texted you saying, yo, can you pick me up?
I didn't even drive.
You didn't even drive?
So get this, my car's broken down, and then yesterday when my mom drove me to work,
Yeah.
because my car's broken down, her car broke down.
How did you get here?
So my stepdad's driving the F-150, the piece of crap we have. Yeah, and then my mom is driving his car, and that's how I got here. So mom had to drop me off because she needs the car. Otherwise, I would have just drove his car, or drove my mom's car if it was not missing if the coil didn't go out in it again. It's the second time we've had to put a coil in it. It's probably because we don't change the spark plugs in it, you know? We should do that.
Okay, this is.
That's stupid.
Jacob
I
said.
only see Jacob in here, Jacob Selvey.
Class are you in?
What, 118?
I don't know. I felt like we just went through that.
I know, I'm trying to remember.
It was like 8 minutes ago. No, I don't see you on either one of them. Okay, let's go back.
Did you get the emails about saying, did you apply for your stuff? I'm going to the next thing. Did it say your next 8 weeks or a thing?
You need to go log in to my SFCC and see if you're enrolled in the class. For second 8 weeks.
Let me sign into this one.
You may need to, have you done any CNC classes?
I did 111 soccer last year.
You did 111 with Parker? Yeah. Okay, so you should be a 117. So you two should both be 117s.
Who, me and Sullivan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should be the Jacobs. Okay. So let's do this. We'll just assume that you're going to get it worked out and we'll do your stuff today and get you guys started. That'll be better, that you guys can kind of work together.
Let's go, Jacob.
That on 101.
Dude,
Stuff
J-
with 101.
Are you having a seizure? What? Why?
Way more 111s than there were 101s. You only had 3, 4.
Originally you had 6.
Yeah,
And
then
then,
2 of them left.
it started dying off as it went. Okay,
One of them, gosh.
so here is the 117 Intro to Programming course shell. Right now you can see getting started in Module 1. That'll take care of this week. So typically you want to be thinking about 1 module per week. You've got your book in case you need it at home. You've got your handbook in case you need it at home. We've got some links in here already. Since today I need to be with the 111s, I've got a setup for you already ready to go. There are a couple of links. These 2 blue ones are links for speeds and feeds and then probe calibration for the next gen control. Also setting up a 6-inch vise on the CNC mill. There is a link in the video to that indicating the work probe for the Haas CNC mill. And then there's your general knowledge safety quiz, which we just did. There's also a CNC mill safety and a CNC mill operation assignment. And so then I've got a warm-up part for you. I've got a link already here to the Precision Machining YouTube channel and then to NIMS. Those are the only two things that you really should need in there.
You have to subscribe to it.
It's easier if you subscribe to it, yeah. It's easier, because then you just end up calling me going, hey man, what is that? What's that called again? And so then I get like 9 o'clock phone calls, going, hey, I forgot what the YouTube channel was again,
I wouldn't call you on randomly at 9 o'clock now.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you if you like
He'll just
pineapple
text you
on
back
your
an hour later.
Yeah.
That's what he does to me.
So, do you like pineapple on your pizza or?
If you're sending it, then
Yes.
that's cool. Okay, well, we just lost half of our Jacobs. All right, here's what I have for you to start with today. On the CNC mill, they're already out sawing 1x2, so you're gonna saw some 1x2 as well. This is gonna be 1x2 by 2 3/4, if it will show up.
Circle. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you would make this rotating circle, it'd be awesome. I think I've got it.
I had a feeling when I woke up this morning today was gonna be a long day.
It's the same length as every other day, all the same.
Passes differently. Some person could live their whole life and feel like they lived 10 years. Somebody can live their whole life like they lived a million years.
How would you know what it felt like to live a million years though, unless you'd lived a million years?
That is true.
Yeah. Okay, Jacob 1, this is what you guys are gonna be working on today. 1x2 and by 2 3/4. I've already got a program set up for you. Let's see, it looks like this is the datum point for the measurement of it, but I don't think that's the X0, Y0 for the part. It does look like, depending on which dimensions that you're working off of, that's where it is. You should have a 200 thousandths typical lip going around it. You've got a 1/2 inch wide slot by 150 thousandths deep, 1 1/4, 1B hole, 2 of those, and they're 1/2 inch deep. Machine only the top feature, machine the outside profile using cutter compensation, okay? And then let me show you the program for that and the setup for it. And all you have to do on this one is actually just run the part. So this is in the shell. You can just open it. Put it on your USB, and then you should be good to go. X0, Y0 is in the upper left-hand corner of the stock. Z0 is on the top of the stock. Tool 1 is a 3-inch face mill. This faces and cuts the outside contour. Cutter comp is G41 D1 set to actual diameter of tool. Okay, so 3 inches if you're using a 3-inch shell mill. Then you have tool 2 is a 3/8 flat end mill. That should be a 2-fluter. This tool faces and cuts the keyway, cutter compensation G41 D2 to the actual tool diameter. Then next you have 3/8 spot drill. That could be any spot drill really. 1364 or number 7 for your drill, 1/4 tap. And if you'll notice, the work offset is G55, the G54. Everything else should be pretty straightforward. We just ran a whole bunch of these for the Haas mill certification program, so it should be pretty problem-free. I don't remember them having any kind of issue with anything. So you've already got 3-inch shell mills out there on the machines. Everything else that is stuff that you'll need though. So, questions? You got a USB? So I specifically said, not only do you need a USB for this class, you needed a USB for last class.
I had no idea. I completely forgot.
And I did, and it was in the syllabus, and we went over. So, yeah, need to get those.
Are they at the store?
Yeah,
They are.
I got them at the bookstore.
In the bookstore. The best ones out there, I don't know that I have one with me. They're these little metal Kingston ones. I've got one that I've carried with me
At
for,
the bookstore, get my book anyway for math.
okay.
Grab one while I'm down there.
Return mine, but
I've had that USB for 10 years, and it has never failed me once, and they work really good in our machines. I don't know. If yours is 16, mine's 17. I don't know what they are, but I mean, all they're keeping is, I mean, you know, just program files are short, so that's not going to be an issue. But you know, I would say file management. If you're not used to using a USB, file management needs to be a thing that you need to be paying attention to. Randomly throwing files into a USB is like a junk drawer,
I do that all the time.
and it's the worst thing in the world. Learn to create folders so that you can just grab it and know what you've got. I'll show you mine. This is a new USB that I just started using. And if you'll look, I named the USB for this year. And then immediately I've got in here 3+2 demo, wheel project, operators, certifications, and UR caps. So, and then all my programs have identification on them. So I'm never going to, well, I shouldn't say never. Most likely I'm not going to go, oh, here it is. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. So you do not want to be that guy. That becomes really problematic.
All the classes you have are technical math, pre-algebra.
You can still get into the class.
You can. You just need to go in there and tell them that that's what you're in. They'll update your stuff for you.
He's not right. You can still get into the class. Classes, entry to classes close on the day classes start. So, but if you go down to Victoria and tell her to ask for approval to get into this class, that I'll approve it, and then you can be in the class because you're already in here. So you might just starfish her now and see if you can get in there. Okay. Jacob 1, you know what you're doing?
Starfish.
Can you lead Jacob 2 in life? Just, yeah. He's number 2, if you know what I mean. And so if you will fill him in on what we're doing, and then Jacob 2, do you have a USB?
I do not have a USB.
I think a bunch of us need to go to the bookstore.
Joke, all of you guys, man.
Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to take a walk down there.
And that can be done later today.
Yeah, I'm not doing it right now.
I got one.
Where can we find her at anyways?
Victoria?
I just
Her
opened up
office.
the Starfish.
In Fielding? Yeah, she would prefer that you make an appointment with her and connect with her in Starfish, because
I'll make an appointment for later today. Just mark it and make sure you're ready.
I could probably just call her.
yeah, I'm sure she would love you to just call her.
I would.
You might be able to get a hold of her.
I didn't know, I don't ask my advisor anything. I don't know if I'm supposed to like go in there and check. it.
Navigator?
Yeah, Navigator.
You should use your Navigator for everything, because the Navigator knows all the newest things. And so if you try to self-enroll and do some of those other things, you end up finding yourself like not always in the newest, best updated things. So we tell all of our students, always use the Navigator for everything, because she's got all the newest program information, all the stuff that you need. Okay. That brings us down to 111s, who are really the fun people of the group.
Yay.
We get to build rocket ships, guys.
You do.
Yeah, look like
That is true.
Let's not talk like that.
Hey man, I didn't say it.
I did.
I disagree with
Let's not talk like that. All right. So there are more new people than I have current toolboxes for. So you've got a box, you've got a box, you've got a box. You don't count in this group. 1, 2, 3, 4 of you guys need boxes. I've got 2 boxes that got turned in to me the other day. So I've got 2 open boxes. I've got 4 new ones coming. I've already got the boxes here. The contents of them are here. So for a couple of days, we may just need to double up on the boxes. They've got all the same stuff in them. Other classes have had to double up while we've been getting these new boxes in. They're pretty expensive and hard for us to order. It's not like a single part number that you can just call and say, hey, I need a XB429, so we have like all these items that we have to order separately. Anyways, they are on their way, straight from China, I'm sure, and so we'll work from there. Okay, so we'll spend the rest of our time today looking at Module 1 and Module 2. So everybody else already knows, and you 3 already know, generally what we'll do is Mondays I'll work with the lowest level class. Okay, so 111s will be on Mondays, 117s will be on Tuesdays, and then it just kind of goes up from there. Now, so what that means is Monday I would spend, like maybe 30 minutes to an hour talking about what we're going to do and those kinds of things, then get you guys set up for the rest of the week. Then I'm out there with you all the time, there to answer questions or to make fun of you. But then on Tuesday, I'll be in here for the first 30 minutes working with the 117s, or it might be not at the first 30 minutes if they're in a spot where I say maybe at 9 o'clock I'm going to come in here and grab them. While I'm in there with them, respect their time, because there is a habit where people go, I really need to ask just this really quick one question. And you and 47 other people are doing that, and then the people who are in here get robbed of their time. So so just assume that that's a force field, that you can't go unless someone is bleeding badly or like not bad enough that it's going to kill them. If they're going to die anyways, drag them over to welding. If we're going to have to call 911, I need to know about it. If it's just like a little bitty,
Whoever forgot his Chuck key in the leg and hit you in the head.
That's something we need to know about. If you need a tool, hopefully we've already talked about it before the other group gets in here. I'm going to say the same thing to them. They have a habit, so the longer you're in the program, the more comfortable you get, and the more you think that you can just do the things that you want to do whenever you want to do them. So like my 104s and my 119s, think that the rules only apply to you guys and that they are beyond the rules, okay? So they have a huge problem with doing that. You've seen it if you're on the 101s. We've been in here working on something, and they're like, hey, man, you got a minute to come take a look at this thing? And I'm like, I'm doing something. So if we all respect everybody's time in the classroom, it will make things really just go a ton faster, okay? So we are Intro to CNC. Just like everybody else, you have a Getting Started module. It has the book. Eric, you want to hold that book up? It's got this book on there as a PDF. You should also have that book. It's available in the bookstore. You don't have that book?
Let me access it from my phone. And are you going to the secure network?
I think you should go to the secure, and then you should.
I think it's your login.
It should be your login. Yeah, whatever.
Your SFCC stuff.
First initial, last name, birth date. I don't know. What's your social, and I'll tell you if that's it or not.
It should be your birthday.
Yeah.
Dash your first and last initial capitalized.
And if you need to, today is a great day for IT is available all day long to answer any of those questions. They're really available all the time, but don't be afraid to go down there.
Books, you don't have to go buy them from the bookstore.
You do. Well, you don't have to. If you download this and print it, it will.
Handbook, but maybe not so much the other book.
The other one, I definitely would not print the handbook. You have it is like.
It is.
It's this big.
Yeah.
Okay, don't print that. Okay. It's like a sequoia tree. Don't do that. Okay, and then the other book is available in the bookstore for like $8.
Are you gonna rely heavily on that other book for this part? Or
Which book?
the, not the handbook?
This one.
The one that says CNC Fundamentals?
Yeah, this one's like
It-
$6.
The title kind of explains it. It's the fundamentals of CNC.
Yeah.
We're gonna need it.
First day.
Yeah, we're gonna need it. Yeah, it is gonna be the book here's why I want you to have.
For these books here.
It's like $8, man. It's like,
This one's cheap.
For $4.
I don't even know if I have one, man. Yeah, so, I mean, you'll spend that in 2 monsters. So, it'll be all right.
I printed all mine out and everything.
So you're welcome to access this just by PDF and never print it out if you don't want to. The best thing about printing it out is you can write a note in it. You can just be like, this, whatever, do this first.
I see something, you can take it to the test with you, the final test or something.
So you can take a machinery handbook. You have one in your.
I know it sounds like a good thing, but it ain't a good thing to bring that machine handbook. You do better without it.
That's not true. Don't listen to a word he says. He is just like he has like mouth diarrhea today. So just don't even listen to him.
In my head, I can't.
Yeah. So this is the book that you can take to a NIMS test. You guys, that's not even a thing for you this 8 weeks. Okay, it's not even a thing. So
Except for us two.
yeah,
Except for-
what?
I'm looking at these 2 modules and that's our 8 weeks.
Trying to.
Is that the whole thing?
No, there's,
These 2 modules,
How many modules are we?
one a week. Yeah.
it's not too bad.
It's not hard, man. Trust me.
It's not too bad.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. Give me just a minute. Let me I'm punch one of these in the face. Yeah. One a week is all you're gonna have to do. It's gonna be no big
Most of
deal.
the time, it's not even, there's not much online work. Most of the time, it's a module and you're out there doing something.
Yeah. So we're only gonna spend we'll spend Monday mornings in here for about an hour, and then that really starts to diminish as we go. So you've got 3 weeks on the lathe, then you got 5 weeks on the mill, and then that's really it. And so you start your first weeks heavy in the classroom because nobody knows what they're doing, and then that diminishes as you go through all the lathe parts, because by the time you get to 7 or 8, you shouldn't need me to go, today we're going to turn on the lathe, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, because we've been doing those things. And so then at week 4 we'll start back again on the mill, and go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then again we'll start heavy in the classroom, and then it'll start to taper off again. There is a time that you'll do the Haas CNC lathe operator and mill operator courses. That's video driven work, and so we'll stop and talk about that since I'll be gone next week. I don't want you to lose traction and go, cool, he's gone, I'm out for the week. So what I've done is I went ahead and put links. So there's links to the NIMS website, which you guys won't need. You guys will need, but the rest of you guys won't. There's links to the YouTube channel. And all these is they just redirect you to a new tab. And then this is our channel.
There'll be one posted.
Yeah, so like our video that we're doing today right now, it'll be posted in there, and you'll just see, it'll say something like this. So like here's from 9/26, we did 101, and so that's just that class period.
Walking in to ask them questions, see?
Oh, it's just the same thing. It's not how it always is. Feels like that sometimes, but anyways, there's tons of videos on there. We try to do a video a day, but we don't always catch a video a day. It depends on how much time we spend in the classroom. I mean, and really classroom videos are really meant for that class at that time. It's not really necessarily something that someone from the outside is going to watch. They would just probably giggle at it. But some of our other things, like these videos, programming videos, and then these ones are the ones that you're going to really want to start to watch, are videos like AT1 and AT2, checking coolant levels and ratios, homing and individual axis on the CNC lathe. All of these ATs are automatic turning, so jogging the axes. So I've made a video for you on how to So today we're going to talk about how to jog the axes on our CNC lathe. So I'm standing in front of our TL1, and let's just say I need to move the axes around, either to install tool. Oh, baby, that's
Just broke the whole video.
it. Just broke the
Hurry up,
internet.
Justin, what the hell?
Anyways, you can
I was
you can see what's going on. It had crazy echo and everything. So,
You
anyways,
don't have your own YouTube video liked?
what's that?
You don't have your own YouTube video liked?
I don't, because I feel like that's
Yeah, you need a ring light.
weird.
You need a ring light.
So, yeah, we've gotten better at them as we go. But anyways, we're not trying to be YouTube stars. But what we started to do is now we do voiceovers, so there's not that background noise, because it was first couple ones was so hard.
I really want to walk into his office and I do the voiceover.
What's that?
I really want to walk into your office while you do the voiceover.
Yeah, I got like the cool setup and stuff too, man.
AT video.
Mine can set up.
AT video, so AT 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they went.
Dropped all the way up to 20.
Yeah, and then they start to skip. They start to skip by fives. So they
All
go.
like basic setup stuff.
They're all your setup stuff. So literally, I could never say a word to you. You should be able to go set up those machines just by watching the videos. You can create a playlist in YouTube to do that. I didn't create a playlist in there in case.
We only got 4 products.
So I didn't create a playlist in there for you because I want you to be able to do your own thing as to.
Scroll. I wish I would have started down there because I was like, there's like
Yeah, the eight.
class videos, and then the stuff I should have been watching is like way down.
Yeah, ATs are what you want to start to watch. Okay, so starting with AT1, and then we'll go from
I
there.
never watched a single YouTube video when I was in his one-on-one.
We didn't have them up.
But there was nothing really need to watch about manual stuff. It's more like you kind of have to go there and figure it out.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, I guess I could have watched a video on how to like start a lathe. How
So
to
we're building videos on doing all those projects too.
You're doing the manual one.
All the same ones, yeah. So like you have a constant, I don't know what to do next.
Yeah.
And then it's the video of us doing the thing, so then you would know what to do next. So, okay, so if you would do this for me, I'm going to go out and talk to them just for a second. If you would, in Canvas, go to the Haas Certified Lathe Operator tab, open that in a new tab, and then if you would register yourself in there, it'll cost you nothing to do. Yeah, you can do it from your phone, or you can, if you want to use a computer, there are computers out there to use, and you don't have the sidebar on Canvas. And mobily it may be different. So, but you're welcome to use one of the laptops out there. They're super great laptops.
They are a lot
Yep.
faster than the one you'll buy here.
So I'm gonna talk to maintenance real quick. Your zipper.
Company name?
And so yeah, right here there are a whole bunch of laptops that you can use.
Have you done this before? Your Haas account already.
We had to do like videos and all that, and it was kind of ass.
It ain't gonna be too bad, man. It's class ain't. It ain't gonna be bad. Y'all make it. Y'all make it.
What's our company name?
It ain't too bad. Say what now?
What's our company name supposed to be?
I have no idea. That's
Oh,
Justin will tell us when he gets back in here. Man, it's been a minute since I've been on one of these laptops. I hit restore my pages and I was in the middle of an NC3 test. God. Okay. Let's go to the My SFCC portal.
What do you got?
Around the side, I don't see it.
Brian, you want to buy those?
250 you said?
doesn't have
Is it a 15 or a 10?
Doesn't say power.
10?
And it's inside of like a full enclosed with a ported box, and the box has got carpet and all that stuff around it. The box looks really
What color's the box?
black and red. It's
Might
just
put
a-
it in the
It's
truck.
a kicker box and a kicker sub.
I'll talk to my stepdad about it. He might buy it. Yeah, he actually will buy it probably. What, it's black and red. He'll probably buy it for his dart. Yeah, I'll talk to him about it. He'll want it. It's a subs that he's trying to. It's a 10 and an amp and a
The
box.
amp is an MTX, it's just black and it's
How
500
much you
watt.
wanting for it?
250 or something like that. I was looking at
Why,
it.
you wanna buy it?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I'll buy them.
You ever put one of the house oven in the house, or car sub in the house?
Car sub in a house, yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty loud.
I've done it, it's pretty crazy.
See stuff shaking off your
So
wall.
I made this fucking thing, now what am I supposed to order?
I don't even know what oh, it's in Canvas.
No.
And it's a dual
Dual
Coil,
coil.
voice coil.
I need to get my wiring
Is
fixed
it
on my
parallel,
car.
or how do you have it ran?
Only reason I would really buy your stuff right now would be for the amp. I would definitely use your amp. That's what I want. I need an amp. I'm waiting for that, when is that money supposed to hit for November?
10th, I
The
think.
10th? I was thinking too. Then I'm gonna buy all kinds of crazy crap with that money.
Yeah, I'm buying a truck, so.
So you're getting rid of your car, or are you just gonna keep it?
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the car and then just put all the money I get from the car into the truck.
I'm looking into getting another car
It's
on top of my
89.
car.
89 Chevy CK 1500
My friend has
Z71 four-wheel drive. Standard cab.
So it's an order history and shit, but what am I supposed to
My
order?
friend has an
Older
Asian.
Chevys back when they were really good.
Square body or no?
Yeah.
Square body? Yeah, my friend has an 87 square body. Module.
And I'm getting a square body truck. Chevy.
Are you really?
Are we registering or walking?
I've
You have
registered
not
everything now.
registered yet, so you need to register so you can log in.
And State Fair is the company name? Bottom.
Yeah, I just put State Fair Community College. Yeah.
Mill operation.
Cool. Awesome.
My uncle's gonna sell it.
Alright, so what's our company name?
What's that?
How I get into the
Oh, just your normal
Register.
State Fair username and password.
I tried.
Have you changed it before? Oh, is that your original? Try that and see if it works. That should get you into, you could do, I don't care, you could say it's gonna be Gibbon Enterprises. It doesn't matter. But, I mean, it's easier if everybody says State Fair Community College, because when we do,
I don't know.
that's definitely not Haas. It's easier for us to search through them when we're doing the certifications.
How do
if
I,
everybody has State Fair Community
go
College.
back and fix that?
It's not letting me like.
Are
put in
we supposed to use our student
my
email?
street address. It's just saying that it doesn't know what it is.
God, I don't know why we gotta have all these
Just anytime I type anything.
things say it.
At the bottom? It says
There
United
it
States.
is, United States, street address.
What are we downloading from here or buying from here?
Maybe you have to do it in order. It doesn't know what country or region.
Pilot, Grove, Missouri.
Yeah, you might have to do it in order.
Yep, I already did.
I'm registered and everything, where do I go from there?
You what?
I got registered and everything, what am I supposed to do now?
Once you're registered, then you should be able to go to, it should show something that looks like this. Welcome to the Haas certification program, and then you can do, you wanna do mill basic?
Mine took me to the,
Yeah, I don't know that you did the right thing. You did the Haas tooling.
oh, I need to do the other one?
Yeah.
Well,
All I'm doing is registering, right? Is that all I need to do is register for a hot account?
If you're gonna go,
One uppercase, every.
you're gonna go to the Haas certification program. You should have a screen that looks like this, and you're gonna register.
Yep,
And then you're gonna go to Haas Basic Lathe Operator.
okay.
Make sure you're not, there's a lot of things that you can register or create accounts for at Haas. You're not trying to buy a machine or tooling. So you wanna register for you should have a page that looks like this.
This thing has exactly everything it says in it.
do I
so
click
much
on it?
trouble trying to make a password.
What? Okay, just go there.
I might be able to open it.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it from my phone. I'm already registered.
Okay, and so just hit update. Okay, so now go,
Use my student ID and then.
let's see what that is. Back to here.
And then it's like your birthday.
Well, see, I've already changed my
Yeah.
password since,
Oh, okay.
since that.
And then log in.
I have to go hide. There's some stuff up here.
Write this password down.
There's some stuff here.
Yeah, on your passwords, no one's trying to, like,
Hacking stuff.
no one's trying to hack your stuff. No one cares. Okay? So make your password. Passwords are really simple if you make them statements. Like, Justin is the coolest person in the world, triple exclamation point. Like, and then you can remember a sentence like that. Or, I'm making this my password because I'm bad at remembering passwords. Like, make a sentence, and then you,
Use the same one, just use.
what do you use?
Don't.
It's just a variation of the same one, so if I forget.
I got 5 different
What
passwords.
are we going into when we're in? Haas Basic Mill?
You want to do that, yeah, so you get in here, once you've created an account, or once you've registered, then you just go back here, and then you go log in, and then you can go to basic lathe operator. And
We're
so,
gonna do lathe?
we're gonna do lathe first.
Lathe first?
Is it gonna mess me up using my personal email? You're not.
Doesn't make a difference, no, it'd be fine. Yeah, so I say, I think it's better if you use your student email and all that information for everything that you do, because then it's all routed to the same place.
It's routed to this that I can't get in.
This page?
Okay, and so, yeah. However you do it is fine. All I need to be able to do, I just need to be, so I will never access it. I will never know what you've done. The only thing, once you've completed all the videos, then I will test you on it, and then I will send it over to California to Haas. They will then send back the certifications for it.
Haas is certifying us. What's NIMS? National
National Institute for Metalworking Skills.
And that's through the state?
That's through the National Institute for Metalworking Skills.
Like,
You do register as a student here?
It's like the NSA, FBI.
oh.
Yeah. So, no, yeah. It's just another third-party organization.
So what are we walking out, at what point are you walking out with your certifications through them? What?
NIMS.
Yeah.
So
We
you
don't
get,
have to worry about that this round?
you don't have to worry about it this first 8 week, or this second 8 weeks, or your first 8 weeks. You're gonna do the Haas lathe and mill operator for your 111 class. From that point on, you will have a variation of either the National Institute for Metalworking Skills, the National Coalition for Certifiers, NC3, or Haas machine operator certification. One of those three per, depending on whichever class that we're happen to be in. Now, there's ones that are better for different things. And so it's just about choosing the right thing. Every class that you take will have one type, at least one type of certification that goes with it. So that's outside of what I'm saying. So you might be a crummy student, but you might give me a winning lottery ticket. And then the expectation is maybe I give you an A. And so this is how, right, yeah, yeah. So that's what I always said about, I was like, how do I buy a master's degree? I will just pay whatever. I was just gonna go on eBay and just buy the cap and gown. And so what these external things do is they are third-party verification that we're doing what we say we're doing. That's all that we care about. So whether it's the Haas mill and lathe operator, whether it's the NIMS milling or turning programming, whatever may happen to be, it's those things. So we use
a whole bunch of certificates.
but all through NC3.
They're
So
all in C3.
all of those happen from Starrett and Snap-on through NC3. So they're not all, like back in the day, they were all NIMS. Just like in welding, they're all AWS. So they are from different companies, and that's how they do these. So that's, yeah, that looks right. Yep.
I just, said I'm a student at a manufacturing program at school.
That's, you're totally fine.
State fair.
Yeah. Yep, bingo. Okay, so now go to lathe operator. Good job, man. Good job. Way to go.
Have you downloaded the Canvas app? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so there, if you're a first-time student, so first-time student, okay. It is, and so we had a meeting about this yesterday. It's kind of like you got to be on, it's insider talk. Like, you know, you don't know it until you know it, but that's how everything is. I mean,
Learn the lingo.
but Gardner Denver's the same way.
No, I don't talk to people there.
That's because people don't like you there.
They shunned me.
So, but it's the exact same thing. Or auto manufacturers. Let's just say you work for an auto manufacturer. You go work there, and they're like, "Hey, man, where's your PPAP?" And you're like, "A what?" And
The lady did, she rattled some stuff off, and I was like, I'm gonna come back.
yeah. So, but everybody's got insider talk. I don't care where you are. You know, I mean, it just everybody does. And so we just have our own insider talk at the school. In the same way, the CNC world does too.
It's not on the
I put
You are. It is on the list. State Fair Community College is on the list.
SFCC's there and State Fair Community College.
Right.
SFCC is probably gonna be, Santa Fe.
It oftentimes SFCC is Santa Fe Community College. SFCCMO is State Fair Community
If
College.
you just type in state fair, it should just pop up on the
That's
list.
true. Did you get yours? Did you get yours? Did you do this?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. You got yours. Did you do yours? You got yours. Do you have yours? Okay. So maybe today, take that computer down to IT and just be like, hey, help me get logged in here for the very first time. And then we can come back and take care of it. You got all day, all week, honestly, to do this. So none of these things have to be done today. None of this stuff is like got to be done today or else you're going to go, you're out of here. So.
Those are scholarships, you wanna do that immediately.
Yeah, so I'll talk about scholarships real quick, just because everybody else is already aware of them and is already outside.
Make sure mine's done again.
So you do not have you don't have this done, but it is done.
I mean, I'm not done with it, but I got into it.
Okay. So here's what I would say on these. You will be tempted to not watch the video and just take the quiz. There is Haas insider lingo there. And so that's what I did. I was like, I've done this longer than some of you have been alive. And I'm like, I feel like I can blast through these. And I failed them. And I was like, what? And so they had the Haas specific wording that you had to use. So I had to go back and watch every video. Every video is about 10 minutes long. And then you have to get 100% on the quiz. But you can take it as many times as you want. Okay? So just like all the other stuff, everything that you will do with me is multiple guest tries until you get the score that you want. So literally, your grade is totally in your hands. If you want to get your grade better, if you have a 79% at the end of the 8 weeks and you want to get to an 80, go back and do another assignment. Go back at that assignment that you got 70%, go back and redo the assignment and get an 84% to bump you up to 80% so you can get a B.
80, I made it.
Yeah, so that's if you get a C, it's 100% on you. If you get a D, it's 100%. Whatever your grade you get is 100% on you.
It's not me that my grade was the grade it was because I completely forgot to do
Right. And I looked that Friday morning. I was like, "What is wrong with you?"
I know, I
0,
was-
0, 0, 0, 0. That's my only joy in life, honestly, is zeroing
I
out.
woke up in the morning, I was like, yep, Justin's gonna be like,
Did you
why?
like my 2 questions I answered on the last quiz?
I graded them. Yeah, I did. I graded. Yeah, I was like
Yeah, I
2
had
questions. Huh?
I probably got a 0, didn't I? Or did I get them right?
Oh man, I don't remember that. I don't even remember what I did. I
Well,
don't
I
remember.
know
I
my
don't
grade
remember
was
what I
like
said
79
30
to
minutes
80.
ago. So
I was 79 to 80, so I'm happy, I got a B.
say that again.
How quickly.
I want you to work on that next week while I'm gone.
Yeah. We don't even have to be in school to do it, it's gonna be all online, but I'm probably gonna be here, so if you want.
I'll be here.
So here's what I would do. If you've already carved out time, because you're like, dude, it's the second week and your teacher's not gonna be here, what kind of a circus is going on? Yeah. And so I normally never am gone during 8-week sections. I mean, as much as I'd like to be, but I'm never gone. But I had some training earlier in the year and it got pushed back or pushed out. And this is where it fell. This is that we've got to get a certain amount of hours in before the end of the year. And so if we don't have those done, this is just how it fell. So I'll be in Virginia all next week. And so, you know, that.
Margaritas, them not caring about us.
Not at all. Well, half that's true. Yeah, no margaritas. But I don't care about you now. So, but okay. So complete at least the lathe operator part next week. It's about a dozen videos.
That's all we gotta do next week?
Yeah, you can work ahead. You can work further. You can do the mill, but we're not to the mill yet.
Right.
And so,
I don't even understand the manual mill, so.
I don't think that I would do that. I think I would just focus on the CNC lathe operation, okay? We'll have a full week this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, of being out on the machines. That way you can kind of grasp what we're doing, feel comfortable about that, and then next week kind of digest it. If you haven't done a scholarship form, you can do a scholarship form. If you need to update a scholarship form, you can do that. If you need to get your uniform shirts, you can do that. There's a lot of other things. What's that?
They're not in, from what I can tell.
I don't know. All I know is you go to the bookstore.
Did you get yours in?
Yeah, lots of guys already have them.
Our whole class had them, except for.
Mine just came in like
Send me a
the other,
notification when it got here.
came in the last few days of my 8 weeks because I needed a bigger size, so it takes a minute. So if you guys need a special size, then you better get down.
Yeah. So just to catch everybody up, we have a scholarship that is up to $1,500 per year for your students. And if you will go into,
Financial aid or degree?
it's on my SFCC.
I'll just follow your instructions.
We should have already done this, bro.
That you did.
I'm quadrupling checking it. I want to get this scholarship because I'm broke.
So on the main page, you go to admissions and financial aid. You go down to scholarships. You can fill out the scholarship form there. If you've already filled it out, right now it's closed. Okay, so it'll open back up in November. If you've already gotten yours in, you're already in. Okay, all I would do is hit an update on it if you need to. If you don't, then that's fine. I got plenty of money to give out. Okay, so like the money's there. You just need to fill out the form. First 8 weeks, we had people who just did not hit submit on forms. We had people that left blanks on forms, and they just didn't get done. So I had $21,000 to give out, and I did not have enough people to give out $21,000. So
We were two of them over here.
you were 2 of them, yeah.
But not
Were you
this
3 of
time.
them, or did you get yours?
Did you get this scholarship last month?
I think so.
I'm gonna check.
Okay. So that's something that you can be doing next week. It's something you can be doing this week. There's a general scholarship, and then there's also a Haas Foundation scholarship. It takes you to the same place. When you fill out the general scholarship form, it puts you into it too. Okay. So that is something that you can do. You also need to have your SFCC or SFCC Tech shirts. We generally say you get 3 of them. They run a little big, so when you're out in the shop, you're supposed to be in the uniform shirt. I typically wear a uniform shirt. It's black. You'll have the gray ones. Eric has his on. And so you could just get 1 if you want to. And we generally say get 3 so that you don't have to worry about keeping them clean. I don't care. You get however many you want. You get 22 of them and never wear anything else different from that. It's no different to me. Get the 1, whatever. They're about $25. And then what's cool about it is like you can just take it off, throw it in your toolbox. We've got lockers. Throw it in a locker. Do whatever you want with it after that. And then you're just gonna wear it when you're in class, okay? And so that keeps you from getting dirty the rest of the time. We have a lot of tours that come through here. Part of what we do is interacting with our manufacturing community. It's not uncommon for Gardner Denver or Maxion or Wire Rope to come through here, do a tour, ask questions. Stanley Black & Decker, who's a big supporter of us, comes through, and they might just stop. What's your name again? What's your name again? John. And just be like, they might just come up to you and go, hey, John, what are you working on today? And you could say, well, yeah, I'm a brand new student. I just am working on CNC lathe, brand new at this thing. And they say, well, what do you want to do when you grow up? And well, I want to work for Stanley Black & Decker. You know, whatever it might happen to be. And so whatever it is. And so when they come by and just talk to you, so what's awesome is they usually swing by and they go, hey, man, I just talked to John. Seemed like a pretty bright kid. And so I can be like, nah, untrue. And so they'll remember you. And then the next time that they come through here, they'll come straight over to you. Hey, how's it going, man? Did you get that part done that you were working on that day? And then when you go over there, so they have an apprenticeship program with us where they're going to pay you to go to school. So literally, my apprenticeship students who work at Stanley Black & Decker are getting paid $25 an hour to sit in class.
That's crazy.
And then their school is also paid for. It's the best deal in the world. And
You don't get a job there like I did.
yeah, but these are the people who did. Yeah.
I mean, I
So,
could try
this
it.
is Stanley Black & Decker, though. Did you try there or? Yeah.
I have such a gap in my job history.
Job history, job gaps are sometimes potential problems.
Hey man, I'm so young and I'm in college and I've only had like 3 jobs, so. they
I've
can't
had a
really
lot
say
of jobs,
anything.
but I've been
working as long as I could work. You know, so at 16 I was in a job. So.
But you even saw when we did a tour, so lots of times I might ask you to, hey, I need some people to stay after and we'll do a demo, a tour for a group that comes through. You guys have had opportunities to stand in front of the governor and lieutenant governor, talk to them. Midwest Metalcraft came through the other day, and they are looking for people. And so, have you talked to them, Midwest Metalcraft? They're in Windsor.
I'm not gonna close the company.
Really? Okay.
My uncle.
So,
Such a flex, man.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, I know who it is. My uncle.
So they're looking for people. And so lots of times you just end up walking up to somebody or somebody walks up to you. It's a great opportunity for interviews. For people who are new, we will do a thing called Work Week. If you're not already employed somewhere, you're going to have an opportunity to go to work somewhere for a week. You will not come to class that week. You will not get paid for that work. You will work there. You will either figure out what you do want to do or what you don't want to do. And then we also have speed dating. It has nothing to do with you getting a date. Chances are most of you, a few of you are definitely never getting a date. And so in speed dating, yeah, you're probably not. Is that what, yeah.
The
my girl.
class application will open up again on the 1st.
November?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
It's November.
You had.
Closed.
I just told you that. What?
Closed on the 1st of October. So I'm assuming it opens back up.
Yeah. That's what I just said, that it'll be open back in November. So you can,
November, but not.
I didn't say when. Yeah, in November is all that they said. Definitely sometime in November. But if you go and fill out the general scholarship, you can probably still do the general scholarship right now.
No, I think
It's all closed. It's all closed. Okay. So do what you can to get ready to do that. When it opens up, it's an easy win. If you fill out the form, you get the money. If you don't get the money, it's because you didn't fill out the form. Okay, so just do that, and you'll be ready to go.
Yeah, Dustin was right next to me when I did it, so I know I did it.
Right.
I think I did it. I
So-
still second guess myself. on it.
Sometimes all I do is turn for a moment. I look back and you've like destroyed it, and I'm like, I don't know any other way to do it, but
Like that tap I have sitting in my room where it's all like warped out of shape.
like
That was the weirdest looking thing I've
just
ever
stuff
seen.
happens. Okay, so you guys want to access all of those other things that we have going on. We're doing a lot more than just class. Okay, we are trying. The goal is in, out, and get a job debt free. Okay, so there's no reason you should owe any money for anything going through this program. tons and tons of resources here. So
I can make money too. Another good thing is scholarships can.
oh yeah, most of our students are making money by going to school. Most of them are making more than what their classes
That's
cost.
what I'm wanting to do.
Mhm.
I'm supposed to be getting like I think like 4 something on. When they pay out certain, it's on this right here.
Yep, yep. Okay, so module 1, let's see,
Of October.
I've got module 1 and module 2 open for you guys. So module 2 is next week. You can be working on it this week if you want to. CNC lathe operator and CNC mill operator from Haas. Okay, that's the thing that you just registered for and logged into. Okay. If you have problems with it today or throughout the week, then let me know. But you want to make sure that you're ready and prepared for that. General safety knowledge quiz. That's what we really just did together in class a little bit, about 20 minutes ago. There's a CNC lathe safety and CNC lathe operation. Then there's the first 4 projects of the rocket. And so what we're going to do, let's
Can
just...
you go get the rocket and put it together so we can see what it looks like?
No, but I'll go get one piece of the rocket. So here's how all of the modules are basically set up. So here's the part. It looks like this. And then with inside of that, there's also so in here I've got a PowerPoint that will show you essentially all the things that you need for this project. It's got the turning tool, the threading tool, the part off tool. It shows you how far you should hold your stock out of the chuck. It shows you which position each tool should go into. It shows you how you set your Z-face off and your diameter, how to measure it, how to touch off this tool, touches off on the front, touches off on the diameter, touches off on the front, touches off on the diameter. And then this is a video. Whoop, stand by. This one is a video on it. Thank you. And then this finally is just doing some measurement on it. So I've tried to create as many pictures, slides, things to help you along. When you go out and do it, I'll also be standing right around you as you're doing it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you. There's 6 machines. So a couple of you guys can just double up on machines. Generally what I do is I've got a little drawing system. And so you'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's randomized every day so that you don't end up with the same partner every day. Because the same partner every day, so if Marshall and Brian end up working together all the time, one person ends up doing all the touch-offs, and then one person does all the operation. And so one person gets really good at touch-offs, and another person gets really good at operation. But the idea is, yeah, but the idea is,
Are we modeling these 2 or just running?
just running them. Yep, should be easy money. Yep. Turning is only 3 weeks. And so you won't do any modeling or any programming in this class. So we're only going to be doing operation. Okay. But we will be doing, and you guys probably over at Clinton, did you have probing and stuff like that?
Didn't have probing, couldn't tap on their mills or anything,
Oh, okay.
so we hand tapped everything.
Oh, that's terrible.
What?
So yeah, we have rigid tapping and we have tap holders. We have probing, we have tool presetters, and so even though you'll be doing some of the things that you've already done before, in addition, there's multiple layers that's going to happen after with it too. So
I'm done with that, I'll probably need to finish the course anyway.
yeah, and so I'll go grab one of the rocket parts just so you can see it.
Rockets are the coolest part that we're gonna build for sure.
Manual's really fun though.
Why are you guys taking, what have you taken so far?
I
Back in here.
I graduated high school and then I went straight to here, so I went to 101. It was just the way they set it up. Sometimes you get thrown into 111 and then you go to manuals. It's
Like you're
weird.
going backwards.
Yeah, sometimes you go backwards. Sometimes you start with CNC and then go to manual.
Depending on where you got in.
In my VOTEC, they let us take it as dual credit, so I've got 101 through 104 already.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I live in Pilot Grove, so there was no machining anywhere near me. I guess Sedalia, but they weren't gonna drive us all the way to Sedalia to go do a little bit of machining.
Yeah.
If I had the chance, I would have. That'd been super cool to look at.
So we're gonna build an 8-piece rocket. This is the first 1, 2, 3 pieces of it, I think. The first piece that we'll make is this piece, and this is just the nose cone for it. Basically, this part will be in the chuck. We'll kind of turn it backwards and then part it off. Parting off is very common on the CNC lathe, and so what it is you turn this and you use basically like a saw blade, except for it stays, it doesn't spin, and it just cuts it off. And then that way you end up with a good part, because there's really no way to do this in a really 2-piece operation. Or there is ways to do it in a 2-piece operation, but it's probably just easier to do it in a part-off situation. So you'll make an 8-piece rocket. I've got literally just tons and tons of ways for you to have some instruction on this thing. And so
Is that thing to size or what? That rocket piece is 12.
yeah, 1.25 inches is what it is. Yeah. Okay, so that's really your first piece.
You think we can do that this week, or?
I think we might be able to do that today.
Yeah, it's only.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video because I want to watch a couple of quick YouTube clips, and it seems like inception for us to be watching a video, watching a video, watching a video,